peppermint tea. Must be chest day. What's good, everyone? Heading to the gym. Got a few things to do today, actually, including going to the dentist. Gonna make a quick trip to the dentist today. I also need fuel. That's the alarm in my car. Yeah, it's all it's non-stop, really. It's never a dull moment, as they say. So hope you guys are good. The 5 people that's been watching my video and commenting, I thank you. I've been on YouTube for about 12 years and I've amassed 4,000 followers. I'm currently getting around 100 likes of it. 100 likes, 100 views. I wish I was getting 100 likes. Sheesh, that'd be great. 100 views. But they say what don't break you makes you stronger, and with God's grace, I'd continue to grow from 100 views to 1,000 views to 1,000,000 views, because I believe I have a message. I believe I have something that's going to motivate people to continue to work out, to stay healthy. Health is wealth. So I am here to encourage you to do that as best as you can. And eating right, training, going to the gym is the one of the 2 very most important ways you could do that. I still do my intermittent fasting most days of the week. You know, and for those of you who do not do or don't know what intermittent fasting is, it is, as I say, as the word, or as the 2 words suggest, it's intermittent fasting. Still got my Invisalign in, so I can't speak properly. Intermittent fasting is essentially you fasting for a set period of the day and eating for a set period of the day. Normally the fasting period is about double what the eating period is, so most people do like a 16-8, which is what I tend to do, a 16-8, where I'm fasting for 16 hours, and subsequently I'd use an 8-hour period of eating. The benefits are, well, the benefits are physically, not just physically, medically. You should do your own research, I would say, before you do any of these, take on any of these things, anything away from the norm. But I wouldn't essentially say fasting is away from the norm. Fasting is what we do anyway. When we go to bed, we go to sleep. Huh? Is that a V6? No. Just a normal 430. Thanks, bro. Some random guys just asking me if my car is a V6. I don't know what he meant. I think he meant it's a straight 6-cylinder engine. I drive a 430D. It looks decent because I look after my stuff. I look after my car, and so I suppose it looks better than the average car. I might show you a picture of it, or show you. I'll show a quick video of it. But he interrupted me to ask me if my car was a V6. It probably is a straight 6-cylinder engine, so it is a V6. So there you go, random. Anyway, where was I? Intermittent fasting. yeah, so you essentially fast anyway when you go to sleep, depending on how long you sleep. Most people get 7 to 8 hours. Let's say on average you get 7 to 8 hours. You're fasting in that period. Um, I Intermittent fasting is just doing an elongated fast essentially. So you're going without food for a longer time, 16 hours rather than the 7 or 8 hours you normally sleep. And I suppose the idea behind it is to weight control is definitely one. So if you're intermittent fast, you would definitely find that you can control your weight a lot better and manage your weight a lot better. Um, so that should be, listen, that should be up there with the number one reason to fast, to manage or control your weight. That way you control your health. Um, for people who are diabetic or have illnesses similar to that, you should definitely look into intermittent fasting. You should certainly look at cutting your carbohydrates because that's essentially sugar and the body doesn't need it. You do not need sugar. Sugar is not what you think it is, or carbs, sorry, is not what you think it is. You think, oh, you need it for energy. You don't actually need it for energy. Your energy comes from your fat stores, and everyone has an amount of fat stores that they carry. Even the leanest bodybuilder is carrying a percentage of fat, and that's where your energy comes from. So do your research into carbs and where your energy comes from. The idea that the belief that your energy comes from carbs is because carbs is sugar. Sugar spikes your insulin, so you feel more energetic when you have it. That's why a pre-workout, people, you hear people talk about pre-workout, something I don't ever do. I think it's an absolute gimmick. It's nonsense. You're better off having a strong coffee if you're lacking energy. And if you're lacking energy, then that's probably a dietary problem. You need to look at your diet or look at your sleep pattern and whatnot. A pre-workout is only going to spike your insulin, have you hyped up and boost up, and because you've introduced sugar into your system, and now you get that immediate rush, that high of, I believe it's dopamine high that you get when you initially take it. You go like that, and then an hour later, 2 hours later, or maybe half an hour later, you go back down. So it's a dopamine hit. It doesn't do anything for you, but I can see why people take it, because you go from feeling and you're tingly, you feel tingly and all the rest of it. It's not good for you. Can't be good for your heart. And it's generally, I wouldn't advocate that you take a pre-workout at all in any way, shape or form. If you feel like you need it constantly, then you need to look at other things of what's going on with your lifestyle. But going back to intermittent fasting, like I said, it's not conducive to bodybuilding, or people would assume it's not conducive to bodybuilding because bodybuilders eat 7-8 times a day. Small amounts, 7-8 times a day. And they eat a lot of carbs. Carbs, like I said, spikes your insulin. So every time you introduce carbs, you have carbs, your insulin spike. It's an insulin spike, and you don't want that, because that could lead to medical issues in future. So you have to be mindful of constantly consuming carbohydrates as a source of energy, or whatever you consume it for. Essentially, carbs makes us feel good. When we eat carbs, we feel good, don't we? We like I said, sugar makes you feel good. Anything with sugar in it makes you feel good. We are a nation or a world that's addicted to sugar. The pharmaceuticals make the trillion-pound business, the pharmaceutical companies, because sugar creates a lot of the illness that we suffer from. But when we think of sugar, we don't think of it. I know I'm all over the place here because I started talking about intermittent fasting, but I'm going on to sugar now because it's so important. When we think of sugar, we don't think of it as carbohydrates. We think of it in the traditional sense, like the sugar you put in your tea, or the sweetener, or the glucose, but sugar essentially is carbohydrates. So please be mindful of the amount of carbohydrates you're consuming, because essentially it is not great for you. I'll do a longer video on intermittent fasting maybe in future, talking about the benefits of it. Um, I'm almost at the gym now, so gonna hit up this session, this chest session, and stay tuned. Look out for the video, and I'll catch you guys in the gym. What's good, everyone? It's Nigel here, Black Steaks Apparel. So, chest day. Chest day seems to come around more often than every other day. I need to check that. I think I'm overtraining chest at a minute. In any case, it was chest day indeed. Started off on a bench, warming up. Moved straight into 100 for a warm up. Before I then moved on to 140, which was an absolute struggle. So don't get too cocky with it, Nige. I'm not sure what's going on. There's some sort of mental block going on with me at a minute when it comes to lifting 140. The other day I got it for 10 reps, but I'd eaten quite a lot that day. So it made sense. Or the night before, when you're training on fasted, like I tend to do most of the time in the morning, the power isn't actually there as much as you'd want it to be. So yeah, I went from 100, which felt like lightweight, to just adding an extra 40 kilos, which felt like added an extra double the weight, But it is what it is. That's how it goes. Like I said to you many times before, you guys and girls who watch my video, it's not about ego. This is not a competition. This is bodybuilding. Yes, of course, you go to the gym and lift as heavy as you can within your capability. You can see me here struggling to get that 5th rep up. Lift within your capability. You don't want to get injured. You don't want to ego lift. You want to lift within your capability and really feel whatever body part you're training working. That's the most important thing. Train on feel. For the guys and girls who watch my video, again, you know I always am a massive advocate for training on feel. And this time I finish off with a drop set. I'm actually a bit annoyed with myself because I was struggling so much on the 140. I decided to do a madness. And I call this one a madness. So the drop set was 140 for 4 or 5, I believe, then drop set to 100 for 10. And I dropped it down to 60 for 10. And I went back up to 100 to see if I could get it, how many reps I could get. So just follow along here. I'm really, I was a bit annoyed, like I said. So I'm pushing everything out here on this set. So as you can see, I loaded it back up to 100. Having gone from 140 to 100 to 60, back up to 100. I think I managed to get a couple of reps here. I can't remember. Then I dropped it back down to 60. Yeah. Yeah, 3, 4. There you go. Yeah, I got 4 reps. I was fairly difficult, to be honest. I can't remember how much I got in the 60s here, but I think I may have got 5. And it fell 60s, obviously 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I got 10, 9, 10. There you go. 10. So it's one for you to try, guys. 140. Drop set to 100, drop set to 60, and go back up to 100, then drop it back down to 60. That's brutal. Then I moved on to close grip. Close grip, you guys see me doing this quite a lot. It's a mainstay in many of my sessions. I love this for hitting the center of the chest or the upper chest as well. So you can see I'm already struggling here. I'm pushing my backside off the bench. That's not a good sign. And that's not also good form. But I'd rather finish off cheating or do a cheating set or reps, and get the reps out rather than put the weights down. So pushing my backside off the bench to get those extra couple of reps, I imagine will fatigue me and results in gains, as opposed to if I was to drop the weight and not push for those extra couple of reps by cheating. Yes, I did 4 sets of these. 4 sets of between 10 and 12 reps is predominantly what I do on this on most sessions, to be honest. 4 to 5 sets, like I've said to you guys, of between 10 and 15 reps. I went to the gym a bit mic'd up today, and the idea was to talk to you guys during the session. But in all honesty, it felt a bit awkward talking to myself in the gym. Uh, that wasn't so much the case. I did do it, but when I look back on the video, it recorded a lot of the background noise as well. So it wouldn't have been good for your ears. It wouldn't have been good. It didn't sound very good. Although you could hear me talking, it didn't sound good with the background noise. So any engineers out there know how I could get rid of the background noise when doing these videos. I'm a one-man band, filming, editing, posting, all the rest of it. So anyone want to, I'm looking for work free, give me a shout to blacksthetics at yahoo.com, blacksthetics at yahoo.com, and get on board with Blacksthetics. And once we start, climbing the ladder to the heights of Nike, you can expect to be paid. It's going to happen, believe me. Yes, but I need all the help I could get, to be honest. And by this time I was fairly warmed up, so the top came off, of course. I'm in a position now where I'm looking at possibly competing this year, but I'm not 100% happy with the way I'm looking, believe it or not. I don't know if it's a mental thing or not, but I don't feel like from where I'm going to start my diet, I feel like I need to be looking a bit bulkier. So if I do prep, it's going to be interesting to see. I think I may get bigger during my prep this time, bodybuilder. Maybe Sean Roden, rest in peace, Sean Roden. Despite the fact that he wasn't a natural bodybuilder and he took chemicals, he was one of those bodybuilders that got bigger whilst prepping for shows as opposed to the off season. And I imagine that's just by him being regimented and sticking to his calories and whatnot, So I'm hoping to try or hoping to do the same going into my this prep, trying to get bigger going into or prepping for my upcoming shows this year. Hopefully, stay tuned. Yes, this is not a great exercise for chest. Again, I don't think you've seen me doing this a lot, but you see a lot of people doing this for back or lats. And yes, of course, it will hit your lats, but for me, it's predominantly a chest exercise. And if you if you do it, or if you haven't done it before and you do decide to do it, yes, of course, you may feel your lats, but this is where you have to bring in that thing I called mind-muscle connection. Even when training chest sometimes, see, I'm not in front of a mirror here, so I can't see my chest. So you got to focus and really put your concentration on the body part that you're training, connect with that body part. And that's one of the few ways to enable that body part to grow. So mind-muscle connection, like I always say to you guys, is so important when training. Remember that. Alongside a lot of other things, right? Of course, you got to eat right. You got to drink. Remember to drink water. You believe is 70% of your muscles is water. So drink water. Water allows you or helps you to lose weight as well. So remember that. Stay hydrated. Make sure you're getting at least a minimum of 2-liter bottle of water a day. I do up to 4 liters a bottle a day. So yeah, there you go. Means I'm going to the toilet quite a lot to pee, but it is what it is. Here I'm doing some dumbbell flies. So I realized here the dumbbell flies, I wasn't going wide enough. So it looks like a press here. Maybe I should have gone with a lighter weight. I was using 30 kgs. I did recognize that. So on the next set, you see me going wider. Right, so if you could see it here as I perform it, I'm going out a lot wider. There you go. Bang, and back up. So again, stretch. You should be feeling that stretch in the middle of your chest It's not an exercise that you necessarily need to go really heavy on. It's not. You could forget the ego for this exercise. You really should be concentrating on stretching the chest here. And this is again, this is a favorite, one of Arnie's favorite exercises. If you look at Arnie's, talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you look at his old videos, pumping iron videos, he would talk about how he loved the dumbbell flies. If it's good enough for Arnie, it's good enough for me. I've used it for years, and of course, I have a fairly decent chest, as you would see at the end of this video if you stay tuned, because I give you a bit of my off-season look. So stay tuned till the end of the video to see what I look like, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I am really struggling, guys. To be honest, this ain't easy, man. I don't know how them guys do it. Like, how does Sam Sulek and these guys do it? How do they get the following that they do? Because I've been at this for 12 years, as someone reminded me recently. And I gotta say, shout out to all the guys that like and follow me and always comment. You know you are Adam, Matty. It's not a lot of you, so I can remember you by name. um, you know, who else? Ty Works. That's his YouTube name. 40 plus fitness. Thank you for the comment. Saying I've seen you on here. You've been on here for 12 years. What's going on? YouTube need to sort their crap out and get you up there with Sam Sulek. What's going on, man? I'm a natural bodybuilder. I've been doing this for years. I'm in my 40s, guys, and I'm still at it. And I'm still going to go to the World Championship possibly this year and dominate. So stay tuned. I may even try and get an IFBB Pro card this year. Who knows? But yeah, thank you to all you guys who've supported me, who always put a comment and a like. It really does help. And if you've stayed tuned so far, man, you're a real fan. So I thank you for watching my videos all the way to the end, and I hope you learned something. So here, I moved on to dips. Dips is a great exercise for chest and tricep. Of course, it was chest and tricep day for me. I always train chest with tricep. Oh, I say I always. For the most part, I train chest and tricep. I may throw in a bit of bicep as well, just for the pump. But predominantly when I train chest with tricep, normally train back with bicep, shoulders on its own. But then I train calves most days, so calves I always train calves as well. So shoulders not on its own, I train it with calves. And then I separate quads and hamstring. I train quads at least twice a week and hamstrings similar. So yeah, that's my routine. So dips is a good exercise. You could hang some, if you're feeling strong, you could get one of those belts and hang the weights off you and do it that way as well. I don't see the need for that. I just use my body weight when I do dips, and that serves me well. Great exercise for chest and tricep. Try and lean forward slightly. You probably can't see the angle I'm leaning forward here at, but try and lean forward slightly when you do this exercise as well. That's a little tip from me. If you want to hit your chest a bit more, lean forward. You're going to hit your tricep obviously as well. You cannot hit your tricep on this exercise. And yes, skull crushes. I think I'm doing it straight up and down here, or it looks that way certainly. But I tend to do skull crushes at a 45-degree angle, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe I was having one of those days where I wasn't fully concentrated. But maybe on the upcoming exercise here, you would see the angle slightly better. I'm pushing the bar out at a 45-degree angle. So despite it being called skull crushers, there you go. There you go. See, despite it being called skull crusher, it should really be called I don't know, something else. So this is a better angle, and you'd find that it's obviously a little bit more difficult to do it at this angle as opposed to bringing it straight up and down above your forehead. So this is, for me, is a better angle to do it. But if you prefer doing it the conventional way or the normal way or the way the exercises describe, crushing your skull, obviously do not crush your skull when doing this. Pick a suitable weight and make sure it doesn't fall on your head. And as you can see me here, I was just doing a bit of a, I don't know, at the end here. I suppose I was trying to get a pump. I don't know. Bit weird, but there you go. Hit some abs as well, because I've decided I'm going to train my abs quite a lot now. So abs is another body part that, excuse me, another body part that you could train every day if you want to. You know, don't sweat on your abs, man. Train your abs. Train that thing every day. They could take a beating. And I superset the abs at the end with some push-ups. There you go. Who loves a bit of push-up? Everyone does push-ups. Apparently, something like 90% of the world cannot do 50 push-ups. That's incredible. 90% of this world cannot do 50 push-ups. So if you could do 50 push-ups, you're in the top 10%. Well done to you. Anyway, that was pretty much the end of my session. Thank you guys for watching. Look at me now. This is my off-season look. They say there's no cameras in the gym, but when you're the boss, you do as you like. I'm not the boss. I'm just a public gym I go to. But, you know, I make sure everyone's decent in the changing room before I start showing off the physique. There you go. Quarter turn to the right. Yeah. There you go. Side chest. How's it looking, guys? Yeah, it's looking all right. It's looking all right. I can't wait to get myself in proper shape, though. Most muscular? Should we hit most muscular? Hit you a rear double bicep. Yeah. Boom. There you go. Details. Finish off with most muscular. There you go. It's one of my killer shots on stage. Boom. I know it doesn't look great here. The camera is not doing me any favors. The lighting's not doing me any favors. Thank you, guys. See you on the next video. Much love. Take care. Peace.